When you auditioned, and we can keep all this, when you auditioned for that fabulous director, did you
Yeah,
did you meet in person or was it on the
I have a great audition story from it. So I had done two self tapes for it, and then they said, "Okay, come on and do it for him for Chris Nolan face to face." And I had met Chris a good 16 years prior. He was scouting for like The Dark Knight, maybe, or yeah, I'm not sure, or yeah, maybe The Dark Knight, and he was scouting at Hollywood, Los Angeles Center Studios, which is where we shot Numbers, and we were the only show. It was us and Mad Men. So it's this huge lot downtown, in the middle of downtown, that no one really uses much, except for like music videos come in for like 2 days, or some commercial, some big commercial like LeBron James will come in for 2 days. They need a sound stage, so they go for it. There's all these sound stages, and Mad Men would be there for like 3 months, but we were there for like 10 months out of the year. And all these movies would shoot there for a day. They'd literally, you've seen it in half the movies. You've seen this sort of building that they use that's there. That used to be the old like 76 Union SoCal gas building. Anyway, he was there, and I was like, oh shit, there's Chris Nolan. And he came up to me and he said, hey, I think you're great on that show. This was Numbers. And I was like, whoa, crazy. And then you'd think, the thing is, your worst mind goes to, oh, well, he's there, that person forgot about me, or that person enjoyed that thing that I was in, but has no interest in ever working with me. But that was very nice to hear that. And so knowing I was going in for him face to face was not so intimidating. I was like, oh, I know that this guy enjoyed my work at one point. And so that wasn't intimidating. What was intimidating was I showed up and they were like, you're the only one here for this,
Oh,
which is like, oh, it's yours to lose thing. And I'm
that's the
sure you've
worst.
been in
That's
that
the worst. I'd
situation.
rather go against people than be alone.
Me too. And I thought I was showing up, and I also like need the motivation. Like I walk in and there's another actor there. I'm like, it's like all of a sudden this is not when I work with people, but when I audition against people, I'm like, oh, I'm in a championship fight and I got to knock this guy out.
Yep.
What can I feel like I know what he's going to do. So I got to do something different. So going in alone was a little scary. Cause then you go, holy moly, like it's mine to lose. And I went in and I had two scenes. There was no script available. And I assumed that those two scenes were the whole part, because you don't assume you've been given anything more than that. Anyway, so I did the two scenes and he had me do it 3 times. And I tried to switch it up a little each time. And after the third time, he said, I want you to do it again. But this time, I want you to do it like you're driving home from this audition and thinking, I should have done it that way.
Wow. Wow.
And luckily, and I came to know Chris is a very sarcastic and very funny person.
Right.
But in the moment, I don't know that. And luckily, I played it off. I actually laughed. I didn't get nervous. I kind of went, ha, 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 that's funny. And then I even said, like, my drive home, I'm going to do it in the elevator. Did the thing, left, and was convinced I had ruined it. Like, totally convinced I'd ruined it.
And you're driving home on your way back from the audition.
I was supposed to drive home. I was in LA and I was supposed to drive back to my hotel. I drove straight to a brewery and just downed a bunch of beer just by myself on like a Tuesday at 2:00. It's just literally me at the brewery, just drowning my sorrows and going, holy shit, I had one of the biggest opportunities I've ever had and I blew it. And I was about like 3 or 4 beers in, pretty rocked. And the plan was to just, then sober up and drive home and just spend the whole day at the brewery. And my agent called and said, "You got it." The same day. And I was plastered in the parking lot of this brewery. I was like, yeah. Needless to say, I'm now 14 months clean and sober. I don't do that anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, why not?
Good for you.
Thanks, man. But yeah, like
wait. So
that,
you didn't know? You thought you had a couple scenes in this movie, and what's funny is I see you in the movie, and I'm like, oh, cool, he's in this. He's got something, and you're the integral part of the movie.
So then I went and read the script. The next day, I got called in, and then they said, "We're going to let you read the script in the office, and then we're going to take it back from you." I was like, "Okay." And the script was printed on dark red paper, so you can't copy it
or read it.
It was hard to read.
Yeah.
It was that secretive. And I'm reading it. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, there I am again. And whoa, shit. And it dawned on me like Chris really believed in me. You know, as an actor, you spend so much time going, you know, I don't know who believes in me. And if they do, I wish they would just show up right now. You know,
I know.
And then it happens. And that, it made me super emotional. You know, he showed up after I read it. He wanted to talk to me about it. And I had a shit-eating grin on my face, you know? I was just like, and I just kept saying, thank you. I just kept saying like, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thanks. And the coolest thing is like, as they were promoting the movie these last few months, I had a little secret, which was that I wasn't just in it. I was in it a good deal.